Here are some hidden details in Peppa Pig 99.99% of people missed. In today's video, we're diving into the world of Peppa Pig to uncover some of the most fascinating secrets and hidden details that almost no one has noticed. After over 20 years, 7 seasons, and 300 episodes, this beloved children's show has left fans puzzled with mysteries that are rarely talked about. From secret family members to surprising character revelations, we're about to reveal the details that 99.99% of viewers have missed. Make sure to stick around, as you won't want to miss these mind-blowing discoveries about Peppa and her friends. Number 1. Mysterious disappearance. One of the most significant mysteries in the series to date surrounds Mr. Bull and Mrs. Cow's wedding. There was ample proof that Mrs. Cow had a daughter before Peppa formally announced the wedding. The small cow persona appears on multiple occasions, but she never shows up at Peppa's school or other significant events, and she wasn't even present at the wedding. We can therefore conclude that the series animators just removed the little cow from the program, which is awful. We hope she returns someday. We all miss her. Number 2. Age secret. Another odd fact about the show is that Peppa has been 4 years old for 20 years. This is the subject of several theories. According to one interpretation, each episode symbolizes a day. Given that the show consists of over 300 episodes, this would indicate that nearly a year has gone by in Peppa's world. But since the start of the series, we have witnessed 6 Christmases. Given that Christmas is only observed once a year, we can presume that 6 years have passed, which means Peppa is roughly 10 years old and George is 8, which is clearly not what we see in the show. Do the characters remain at their current age indefinitely? It would be quite depressing if it were true.
Oh, what a charming song.
And all the little piggies on Christmas Eve go oink, 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 oink.
Number 3. Mr. Bull. Mr. Bull is one of the most helpful characters since he consistently comes up when someone needs maintenance done. Despite this, he is among the most disrespected figures. An obvious illustration of this is when Mr. Bull is in line to receive medical attention at the hospital when his leg is in a cast. However, even though she actually doesn't have any problems, Peppa arrives and is spotted first. Santa Claus then shows up just as he is ready to receive treatment. And everyone once more forgets about poor Mr. Bull. Furthermore, even though Mr. Bull is in a lot of agony, he remains upright with his broken leg and only collapses at the end when everyone else collapses with laughter. We will never forget the day Madame Gazelle repeatedly slammed the door in Mr. Bull's face in order to teach the kid the value of politeness. Without a doubt, this guy merits far better treatment. We hope things get better for him, but with the marriage situation we discussed earlier, it doesn't seem likely.
Is he late again?
No, Susie. Pedro is in hospital.
Number 4. Secret family member. In addition to Peppa, George, Mommy Pig, and Daddy Pig, a 5th pig child is seen in the house in a computer wallpaper of Peppa Pig's family. Though hypotheses point to a potential twin or a secret sibling, the authors have still not explained anything about this, and puzzle enthusiasts have continued to be baffled by this enigmatic pig offspring. Who could this mysterious member be? If you have any theories, let us know in the comments down below.
Now I have to work.
Mummy, can we help you work?
No, Peppa.
Number 5. Mr. Fox. The fact that Mr. Fox is a wanted thief is another verified truth in the series. He has a history of thieving, as evidenced by the several wanted posters we see of him at the police station. For example, he used his attractive nature to get away with taking everything Emily Elephant was trying to sell at a fair that the kids were holding to replace the school roof. He did this without leaving a single penny in exchange. When Peppa and George were staying at their grandparents' house, he even planned to take Grandma Pig's hens, but was deftly stopped at the last second. Everyone is always on edge because of Mr. Fox's cunning tricks.
Very good choice. Who's going to pay? 1 penny and 2 buttons. Here's your change. 1 button.
Thank you, Mr. Fox.
Number 6. Humans. To put it mildly, the lack of people in Peppa's universe is incredibly fascinating and unusual. The Queen, Santa Claus, and a pirate were the show's human representatives, and there have only been 3 human appearances overall. Humans are present in Peppa's planet, but animals have also taken over society and are present in Paris and the United States. With the exception of a few unique individuals, such as the 3 characters we named who make sporadic appearances in the series, this indicates that humans were exiled at some point and now reside in a place reserved only for them.
All the best, the Queen.
Miss Rabbit has fainted.
I can't visit the Queen.
Number 7. The Queen. The Sovereign of England is connected to another awful aspect of Peppa's world that we have observed. The fact that Peppa Pig is produced in England rather than the US is something that many people are unaware of. As a result, the creators honored Queen Elizabeth in the episode The Queen and developed a character for the program in her honor. The problem is that the Queen will never reappear if the animation is based on actual events, as the Queen died in 2022. One of the few people to ever appear in Peppa Pig will most likely never be seen again because of this regrettable circumstance. Number 8. Peppa's issues. Peppa accuses her best friend, whom she has known since they were infants, of cheating at a card game in the episode The Quarrel because Peppa was losing. Put another way, she is a pampered and, most importantly, vindictive youngster, even with her friends. However, she behaves similarly with her family, with George serving as her primary victim. She once accused him, for instance, of pretending to be ill. Out of sheer stubbornness, she also refused to let George use several of his favorite toys and tossed a huge snowball at him when he was still a baby. In summary, Peppa has a lengthy list of transgressions, some of which include her parents.
I don't want to play with you anymore.
Number 9. Mr. Wolf. Similar to Mr. Fox, Mr. Wolf appears to have some of his wild instincts. For instance, he often mentions feeling hungry when he's alone with Daddy Pig, subtly implying he might be eyeing Peppa's father as a potential meal. In the episode 3 Bowls of Porridge, Mr. Wolf visits the pig family and claims he's searching for a place to have lunch. This is a clear nod to the classic tale of Little Red Riding Hood, where the big bad wolf devours the grandmother. His behavior suggests that despite his friendly demeanor, the pig family should remain cautious, as his natural instincts could surface at any moment. Moreover, his interactions with other animals also carry an underlying tension, hinting that he may not have entirely shed his predatory tendencies. Number 10. Barbecue. Seeing herbivores like Mr. Bull and Daddy Pig enjoying a barbecue is especially strange and unsettling. Traditionally, barbecues involve grilling meat, such as beef or pork, which raises the uncomfortable question, were they actually cooking vegetables, or were they perhaps roasting the relatives of Mr. Potato? Given that the characters are animals, this scenario adds a layer of dark humor and absurdity to the show. The fact that herbivores, who wouldn't normally eat meat, are depicted enjoying a barbecue leaves viewers questioning the logic of Peppa's world. It's a moment that baffles, even slightly frightens me, as it highlights how surreal and inconsistent the show can be when it comes to animal behavior and food choices.
Okay, everybody, it's home time.
You're staying at our house tonight, Peppa. Yippee!
And finally, number 11. Madame Gazelle. When Madame Gazelle's sisters call her Gigi in an episode, it is implied that this is her true name. However, given that her sisters' names, Gretel and Greta, imply that the entire family shares G initials, or this could be a nickname or an acronym for her complete name. The sisters of Madame Gazelle, who are members of the rock group Rock Gazelles, reside in a snowy area. This suggests that they either reside in a colder nation or at a high elevation. A mysterious element is added to Madame Gazelle's persona by the show's insinuation that she might have Transylvanian ancestry. Also, it's evident from the episode Zoo that other animals, especially the aggressive ones, yearn to revert to their untamed nature. For example, Madame Gazelle is terrified of predators such as Mrs. Crocodile and Mr. Lion. Before they took control and drove away the humans, she appears to recall a time when wild creatures still roamed the planet. And there you have it, some of the most hidden and surprising details in Peppa Pig that 99.99% of people missed. From Peppa's questionable behavior towards her friends and family, to the puzzling absence of humans in her world, it's clear that this beloved children's show has layers that many viewers may have not noticed. Each of these elements adds a unique twist to the seemingly innocent adventures of Peppa and her friends. We'd love to hear your thoughts on these hidden gems. Do you know of any other secrets from Peppa's world? And as always, hit the like button, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.